Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Right. And shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I had to go live. The sun literally came perfectly on the table at the lake. Perfect timing, and I was just so super grateful. I'm like, I got to do the morning motivation. This thing is so beautiful. It's making me feel beautiful. There's so much beauty in this world. I wanted to share it with you guys and then get through this difficult subject here with my friend. And she doesn't want to believe without seeing. And it's something that I've been talking about lately with my morning motivations. But real faith is believing without seeing. Real bravery is moving after fearing. And then also experiencing what you haven't already experienced yet. How awesome is that? That's the morning motivation, Saints Addiction, leg out. So your boy Marquis Saints, rising and shining. Haven't got sleep again 2 nights in a row, but I've been living my life like where I don't even want to sleep. It's been so much fun being alive and around people of different cultures and fascinating thoughts, and then even deeper subjects of like getting over fear. And how do I do this? Somebody asked me on LinkedIn. They asked me, how did you get courage or something to that effect? I don't know. I can look it up on my phone, but actually, I probably should look it up on my phone. The guy said, what did he say? It was actually quite poetic. I don't know if it's a bot or not, but this guy always sends me like some damn near poetry type shit. And let's see, what did he say? Something about where did your confidence come from? And I thought it was a poignant question because honestly, I don't know, and I don't know is a good answer, but I really think it's like a will to win, and that's what I was saying about willpower. Is your will to win is the thing that gets you in. That's the thing that keeps you from quitting. It's the thing that keeps you from being on your back. It's the thing that keeps you fighting, because all of us, when it comes down to it, life is so important that we'll squeeze, even with the worst case scenarios, even Holocaust, even murder, suicides, all these things combined, most people grab onto life and fight for it. And just like my spiritual mentor would say, if I threw a baby in the air right now, everybody would get up to try to catch the baby. Why? Because there is a reverence for life. There's a reason why we're by the river right now. There's a reason why people get energy from water. There's a reason why the dogs even want to be near us. It's a vibe. It's a full-on vibe. I'm super vibing with the sunshine. And it's just been a blessing. And it's hard to explain to people what I do automatically. So he was getting on the videos. You can get on the LinkedIn too. But he said, overcoming self-doubt truly transforms our journey. Trusting ourselves unlocks incredible potential. How do you cultivate your inner strength? That's what he asked. How do you cultivate your inner strength? And I mean, that's a thick fucking question. It wasn't like something I would just be like, oh yeah, you just add two scoops of sugar and stir, and then it'll be there. And it's not like that. It's more like bread, where you're adding multiple ingredients. Some of them from the past, some of them are new yeast, new love, new light, like all of us need. And you go in there and you mix all this up, and then you hope that it rises. Just like me, I'm hoping that it just keep rising and shining every day, be blessed and alive and in the best place in the earth at the best time, with the freshest water and beautiful women and fresh air all the way around me. And people are like, why are you here? I'm not in 120 degrees in Las Vegas. What was that, 45 degrees Celsius? I'm not there. I'm here, and it's a perfect 20 degrees in the shade, and nobody's sweating. Everybody's calm, cool, collected. The future is over my shoulder with this little space station over here, like the what is educational, I don't want to call it geology or whatever it is. There's like so much awesomeness around here, from the ducks paddling, and I just get all the vibes from all those things. And then I go, okay, now tell me what I should fear. You know, like if all these things are true, if I believe them with the same power and same perception that I do, now when I go through these things, what I was just explaining to you, there was this version of me that really would believe and almost convince you of his fear and excuse. And there's a version of all of us that would manipulate you into believing that our shit sucks and it's insurmountable and only me, no one has these problems like me, no one has these emotions like me. Oh, woe is me, is what we say in America. Woe is me, you know, but instead of that, I'm going like, what if? Why not? You know, why not? Why not go after these things what am I going to be afraid? That you might say no? Is the worst thing that could happen?
Yeah.
You know, but it didn't happen. Now you're wearing my shirt, now you're modeling, and we got the photo shoot done in the forest like I've been wanting for 2 years. That's all that it took. It didn't take an act of Congress. You know, I didn't have to move the mountain to Muhammad. I just had to not perceive it to be a mountain. Yeah. And if I had to go to the Matrix, they would say there is no spoon. You know, there is no fear. It's the false expectations appearing real. So if you really want to believe that, watch yourself go through it, and then now go backwards and try to convince yourself that didn't happen, that you weren't that individual that, oh, I'm so brave, and then, oh, she's beautiful, and I got nervous, and then I ran away. Yeah, all of us get so nervous, and then we get wondering why we got in the middle of our blessings and how we negatively talk to ourselves, and then we wanted to believe that ulterior ending, if you will, right? Because you know how movies are, they can have multiple endings. Directors have multiple endings and cuts, and how the movie's supposed to be a wrap. Well, in your day, even your life, if you're given two things every day, you get a chance and a choice. Your chance is just being alive. That's it. You woke up, you're not dead. Okay, that's your first chance. And a choice to do something with the day. That's it. There's nothing else in between. Everything else is the same thing we all do. Shit, shower, shave. You know, you're going to have some sleep, hopefully, in there. Not tonight. Yeah, some people's kids. And some salvation, man. To just go like, hey, yeah, I was clenching my heart and I was nervous and I didn't think I was going to make it. And then all of a sudden, this different version of me showed up, the one that said 10 seconds of bravery, the one that practices his breathing exercises, and the one that goes right up to you, go, hey, I said I was going to talk to you, so I'm talking to you. Yeah. I'm talking to you, and then that was it. It wasn't like I was telling Tony, he was so scared to talk to chicks, and I was like, bro, you know, you got to get past this fear thing. You know, you really have to, just 10 seconds of bravery is all I'm asking for. And even for you to like snap out of it. These aren't these big deals. Like some of these things, like they ask people, what, you know, what's their number one fear? And believe it or not, the number one fear is public speaking. Yep. They'd rather die. Like firing squad, drag me behind a horse, horrible, quarter me, and then like, but I have to do a speech in front of my 5th grade class, like, bro. And that right there is what stops most people. And that was the thing they were talking about with the elderly, that they regretted having someone's opinion, Debbie down the streets, keeping me down, my time. This thing I got on life, my life, and it's on lock by some dumb bitch in her opinion down the street. She's like, I wish I never cared what fucking Debbie thought down the street. Yeah. You know? And this is where I get my strength from, like porn stars, because they really live in their own life. You know, people are like, why do you always interviewing porn stars? And I'm like, they're not telling a lie. Yeah. And that was the lies that got peeled back by those they're good. The sex parties, the honesty of it. That these people were still them. I didn't lose respect for them. They're still a lawyer, very efficient lawyer. One's like an army sergeant, fucking kick-ass, fucking investor dude, you know, and whatever they are, they're human. Yeah. And that's what I started to see. It was like, I don't put it past anyone. I don't know anybody. The assumption was like, I'm smart enough and I can be clever enough and I have instincts and I've been around the world and I should, you know, speak multiple languages. I should know people, but I don't know anybody. Yeah. And that's what ended up happening. At the end of the day, I was like, I don't know anybody. Like, I thought I knew a lot. And then it was like this whole thing of, you know, the whole, I call it the whole range of emotions, because you have an emotional wheel. Not any one person experiences one emotion. You know, you get the whole thing.
Yep.
And then that makes life. You know, you would be fucked if you never got to taste bitter or sad or any of these grief. Yeah, all of them. It's a balance. It's like a color spectrum. But for all of us, we take these turns that no one else is not getting a different feeling than you. Not one person like got a Chinese feeling that they never had before. Matter of fact, crying sounds the same around the world. Yeah. It just does. It doesn't have an accent. You know, we can see grief in anyone's face. Yeah, and 80% of it's language. So when you're interpreting things, right, perceived, like in the psychology class, the first thing they asked us, when there's some pretty big auditoriums, like this was all seats in this grass area here, maybe 100 motherfuckers in there doing Psych 101 or whatever it was, right? And they go, how many of you felt like people were watching you when you came in? And 80% of people are feeling like they're being stared at, but that doesn't do the math. So that's where we said statistically, that's not true. It's a perception. There's a bias to our fear. It lets us want to, almost like our ego, to believe in it. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? You don't want to talk to a girl today. Yeah. You got better things to do. You're so busy. Busy what, bro? I'm going back to the shop that I'm always at. But you'll convince yourself of it. Then you're a believer in it, instead of believing like I'm talking about today without seeing, right? You're gonna believe in this other bullshit that keeps you inebriated. It keeps you seduced. It keeps you sedated. Actually, that's what it is. It's sedation, exactly. And that's why I like prodding you and getting you to do things, because it's like easy to run back to my safe zone and go, okay, I'm so comfortable. Like, yeah, well, comfort is where dreams go to die. Immediately. And it's like, if you want to stay there, you already know what's going to happen. That's already happening. You already know what you got in the fridge. You already know your patterns. One of my favorite ones is the girl goes and like she accidentally kicks the ball. It kicks off the TV, turns on her favorite channel, knocks the snacks onto the couch, and then rolls the ball, rolls the cozy blanket up, all by accident. And I mean, we find ourselves in those loops, and I feel that's where it's the most dangerous, is being in a loop that you can't stop, and that's where an addiction is. It's giving up everything for one thing. And now I've given up this one thing for everything. And now I want to feel everything. It's okay for the tears. It's okay for the fears. I'll take it all. But what I won't do is let it stop me. That's the only thing. That's the bravery, is I did feel it, but now I'm taking it on as a challenge. And I would be damned if I didn't get to talk to you. I would have been pissed at myself. Like, you little fucking pussy. You know, like, what's your fucking problem? And it's just like, oh, well, she looked like a snob.
Did I? Well,
could have happened.
Could have happened? Okay.
If I don't read the book. For the non-smiling, for the non-smiling, and the tense and the anxiety, you know, you don't get to know, you don't get to know you, you know. I just like saying, you know, what the fuck's, what's going on here, and if it wasn't for you complimenting my design, you actually stopped and had a question of your own instead of be like, yeah, get away from me, I don't do Instagram, you know. It could have easily gone that way. But even all that, I have to sit in my own skin. I don't get to run. Maybe I don't get to like disappear and like maybe change my outfit, come back in a shirt you might like. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work that way. You brung what you brung, as we say in the South. Brung what you brung. You know, you come as you are, and come as you are, right? As a friend, and then you come as you are. You know, not as you want other people to be, like you've been saying this whole night, like other people want me to be this character. And a lot of people show up as that character. They're not just you. They'll be like my buddy Polly Mac. Polly Mac was big Polly Mac because he could eat 2 Big Macs at a time and shit. You know what I mean? And he was 400 pounds. This was 200 kilos, dude. You know what I mean? Like, he's big. But now his health is on the line for his ego. Like, he's got to be this character. Now... For what, bro? So you can lose your health just so they can call you big? You know what I mean? And that's what we do. We get married to the image. Now we got to show up as this person. I'm always the happy-go-lucky one. I cannot have a depression. I cannot have suicide. No way that happens to me. Everybody expects me to be put together. And this puts an amazing amount of pressure on kids, people in general. That's just like a superficial pressure. It's not your job as a kid. You know, I was 10 years old when my dad put his hand on my shoulder. You guys got to take care of the family now. Not you guys, you, me, personally. Yeah. And I lost my childhood. I took everything too seriously. I became extremely focused, hyper-focused type person. And that sacrificed my happiness. Mm-hmm. So I was believing in delayed gratification instead of enjoying the process. I was just like, only accomplishments, only success. You know, this thing, and then it didn't make me as happy. Then I go through this cycle where it's like, okay, hey man, I got the condo, I got the car, you know, I got the career. Where's my happy? It didn't come. Mm-hmm. Didn't come from the cocaine. Yeah. Didn't come from the women. Mm-hmm. Didn't come from the overeating. Mm-hmm. And then now I'm 236 pounds out to here. I can't see my own dick. Mm-hmm. I'm 30 years old. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, hell no. I don't have a wife and kids. I'm going to go travel now. Yeah. Now, mind you, it's the biggest gamble of my life. I'm making $100,000 a year. I got 4,000 customers in my database. They all know and love me. Bye. My car, my condo, my career, all of it. It was so picture perfect. Like, I loved where I worked. I loved my car. I loved that I had extra income and I could do whatever the fuck I want. But I wasn't really traveling. I was a fucking tourist. And I was getting drunk while I was traveling. And then sometimes getting arrested. And then sometimes blacking out. So did it even happen? $600 for the cruise. Did it even happen? No, because I went to an Ensenada prison for a little bit of cocaine. Not even a lot, dude. Like, these things happen to me and I'm just like, what the fuck? You know, what am I doing? Why am I slowing myself down? It turns out I have, what do you call that when you self-sabotage? Mm-hmm. Total self-sabotage. I can't be doing this good. Something bad's got to happen. Mm-hmm. So you know what? Let's hamstring myself with like a 3 days, 3 nights in an Ensenada prison. That'll get your attention. And in case you didn't notice, I'll do 6 months in a South Korean prison too for 3 grams of weed. You know what that's like? And I'm sitting there just going like, who'd I fuck over? I mean, I'm writing out a list of chicks that I slept with. I'm like, somebody got fucked over here, you know? Like, where did my bad karma come from? You know, what should I have done in my life? And the captain goes, Maka, endure. And I mean, I felt the ENDUR go through me, and that's why it's my book, the book Endure. I wrote a book. Yeah, and it's a book. Yep. And I wrote my book, and it's because you can't endure anything. And that's the point. You know, there are people when I'm going to Machu Picchu that are fucking lapping me with one leg. The dude was hopping past me, and I'm pretty in shape. I was training, and this dude goes past me, and I'm like, what's my fucking excuse? What's my excuse? I'm not retarded. I got 10 fingers, 10 toes, and a smart mind. And I think I'm pretty good looking too, so now what? I'm not retarded. I might be lazy. That might be a conversation I need to have with myself. I might not have much confidence. That might be another conversation I gotta have with myself. And why the fuck not? How did I make it all the way to Machu Picchu, but I couldn't get my websites up? I was like fucking furious. And also, I'm keep going past these zones where I thought I would die. Go around the world with no money. Yeah, you're sure gonna die. You know, there's something bad's gonna happen, right? You know, no money, made it. Almost like to threaten life, to see what it's gonna do. All right, do your worst. That's it? Because that's all you got? No, it's more like I want to see what's going to happen. I'm not in control of the outcome. It's just more that I get to experience it. And I'm shocked that my body, this rib cage, these eyeballs saw Machu Picchu coming over the top. I'm like, dude, what do you do with your life? You were tripping myself out. Like, I'm talking to myself going like, you're a fucking full-on trip, bro. Like, almost all 7 of the Wonder Worlds. I still got the Great Wall of China. Or no, I've already done the Great Wall of China. I mean, the Great Pyramids and the Colosseum in Rome. I want, you know, and again, bring it closer to me. Nature photo shoot. I'm calling my shot. This is what's going to happen. You're going to wear my shirt. I'm going to go to Rome, and there's the photo shoot. And you made it happen. And it was just like, okay, cool. So if you really get what you really, 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 really want, you might want to focus on what the fuck you really, 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 really want. And that's why you asked me, how do I do all these things? Is because I focused on what the fuck I really wanted. And I said, okay, I want to smoke weed. I want the meeting to be, after I close the deal, I want the lunch to be at double the length of the meeting. So if it was 1 hour, we got to go for lunch for 2. And then we got to go see the city, got to go to like a museum or something. And that's our full day. And then when I go yesterday with my day 1, he comes over here. And he's amazing. And he's like, I didn't sleep, I told you. And I was like, man, just come get me. And we went. Next thing I know, we're having breakfast in a 1940s fucking Art Deco. Yeah, I'm like, we should write a movie in here, bro. And it was just us. Little old lady, weird dude. It was like being in a Napoleon Dynamite movie or something. I was like, what is going on right now? The Coen brothers should record us. This is going on. And then he was like, yeah, let's hop in. We're smoking bowls. Going down, like, you know what? We'll go do lunch in Helsinki. Sure, why not? Go, man, windows down, bro. It's beautiful weather. We always have springtime in Helsinki, and we're pulling up. And he's like, oh, bro, I didn't know, but my punch card had a free lunch. Go ahead, you're eating for free now. I was like, dope. Beautiful women walking by. You're gorgeous. She turned around. She's like, thank you. You're American? Oh, shit, America. What up? Get you a shirt. Reliable models. Go to this one. He was just like, man, you're in flow. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's really going on. And then he was like, you know what? Let's go to nature. And in 30 minutes from the city, downtown of Helsinki, in a metropolitan city, we were swimming in freshwater lakes, naked as the day we were born, like frogs. And it couldn't be more fresher. And I screamed, I love my life! Like, as much as I can, because it made me love my life. It backflipping off of an elephant. I was like, what the fuck, bro? That's when the first I love my life came out. Like, I came out of the water. I'm like, oh my God, whoever these gods are above, dude, thank you. You know, because I used to talk shit about this life. I was suicidal, depressed. I wasn't exactly the most positive person always, right? You know, but I try hard. And I was just like, you know what? It's not to show the people. It was to show myself.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah.
And when I do it, other people see it. They'll be like, oh shit.
And then they want to do it
yeah,
too.
They're believers. And then that's like it. So it's like seeing without believing is real faith. And if you have real faith in yourself, not talking religious, I'm just talking like a being with a will and a spirit and a chance and a choice every day, what are you going to do about it? And I choose to live. I choose to live. I'll be damned. And the thing that when you're getting your shakes and you're getting anxiety, that's the cue for me to do something. That's my cue to not bitch out. It's like, okay, if it scares me, I should probably be doing it. Do I really want to bungee jump? No. Jump out of a perfectly good plane? Not really. Kite surf? I keep telling my buddy, shut the fuck up about kite surf, but I got friends that do it. I at least got to do it once. And then, you know, I'm trisexual. I tried everything once. I can't say that I left something on the shelf or I left a piece of me that didn't try. That's not what this does. This tick-tock clock, whatever I got, it's not what I do, you know? And it's not like I'm a fucking X Games or anything. It's not like I'm trying to get an adrenaline rush. That's not it. I'm trying to be... Not trying. I'm doing. That's it. It's changing the whole thing. And it's just like, if it comes to me, I don't dismiss it as a whisper. Right? So just like you wearing the shirt, I just like, you know what? This might fit her. So I thought, that's in this bag. If it fits her, then it's meant to be. Yeah. You know what? Let's go do a nature photo shoot right now. You're down? Down? Okay, go. It's all systems go. I could have said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to bed, play it safe. Predictable night.
And I gave you many reasons why not to do that, because my own problems and pain.
But
and you feel like, because you wanted it, you did it.
No, I can see it. It was like, these are like valid. Where did the paper go that I had open to me? Here it is. You know, but there's certain things that are valid. But most of our excuses aren't valid. The same person, sober as you are, you'd be like, you know, it's like buyer's remorse. You know, you're like, yeah, man, I really need to buy this $300 Peloton bike or something, right? And that's not what you need. You know what I mean? You probably need $300 vacation. That's what you need. And most people, they be convinced themselves. And then we get a bunch of plastic shit in our house, and we go, what happened to that emotion? Well, I swear I needed 3 pairs of Nikes that day, and like now I only can wear one shoe at a time. But at the time, I was like, bro, I gotta have it. What you need is financial discipline. That's what your ass needs. You need to say no more often. You know, like stop trying to buy your feelings. That would help. You know what I mean? But I'm just over here making sense, and that's why I do the morning motivation, because I was just like, you know, this stuff is a deep subject. To convince somebody, some random dude, like, where do you cultivate your courage or whatever, however he phrased it, you know? It's like, I grabbed my heart, touched my heart a lot, and I was, this fucking thing still beating, you know? Are you in there? You know? Then show up. You know? And just like one of my heroes, Mr. Nash, if you're ever watching this, Mr. Nash, you're the man. He'll go like, you showed up, now show out. He's like, yes sir, I got you. This is what I do. Give me that fucking ball. Now watch me razzle dazzle. He's like, fucking, you're good, Saint. I'm like, bro, this is why you put me in, coach. This is why you put me in. I'm gonna make you look good. And that's it, you know? And he's never disappointed in me, and he's always invested in me. And now he wants to invest in the AI company for one of his side projects. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, you know, when I first met him, he just grabbed my hand. He's like, so what are you made out of, son? Yo, can I trust you? Are we gonna do business? All right, I just wanted to see your eyes. Yeah, and I was like, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. You look at me. I'm real, bro. I did the thing. No one else gonna run over. I'm CEO. There's no one I can pass the buck to. It stops here.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is why I'm CEO also, because I don't mind the heat. You got to get comfortable in the kitchen. These things that built you, the things that boiled you, are your strength. That's what my buddy just got, strength over struggle tattooed on his hand. But, you know, it's one of my shirts too from Mostly Saints, is because this is what forms us.
Yeah.
You know, this is like diamonds, high pressure, right? Like, you don't want, everybody wants to be a shine like a diamond, but it's this amazing amount of pressure. And like I said, Redman, when I told you earlier, when he did that interview, he's like, I don't want to change anything because it would have affected my character. I needed these parts of the story to make my character what it is now. I don't want to go to South Korean prison. I don't want anybody to go to South Korean prison.
But he needs that.
But I went into beast mode. I can tell you that. A man walked in, a beast came out. A beast came out. I know it. Like, I couldn't even identify myself. Lean, mean fighting machine. I was so angry at what they were doing to me and my freedom. I was like, watch what I'm going to do. Yeah, people were drumming in the park. See? We do drum circles in Las Vegas. Yeah, they're awesome. They're epic. But that's the point, is just, you know, I don't want anything to slow, you know, it down. I'm from New Orleans, and we say, let the good times roll, you know, let the good times roll. Like Mardi Gras, you want to have the good times roll. I don't want them to stop. I don't want the times to stop. I don't want things to go backwards because I hesitated. Hesitation's the mother of all accidents. And then I don't want to be the guy that's sitting there with regret with my dick in my hands going like, it could have happened, bro. And now I'm telling a sad story. No one told the real story. I took a shot.
Support it also.
How can they not? I put the energy behind it. You can't deny it. That's why I told him, I don't give a fuck about your opinion, bro. And he was like, okay, Mark, let's not talk about it. I don't give a fuck what you want to talk about either, bro. Like, it's already my design. Whether you like it or not doesn't change it that it's my design. You know, it's not going to hop off the wall.
Why should it?
Yeah, well, it's not going to hop off the wall and change, bro. The stickers are already slapped. You know, like when my Finnish mom was like, you're saying pussy around town. She put pussy in parentheses. I was like all embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God, she's like 70. But she wrote it, and I just was like, that was 3 years ago. You're looking at a Facebook memory, lady. It's already happened. Yeah, it's already happened. What are you gonna do now?
Yeah.
3 years later, it's already done, bro.
Maybe handle it.
I'm gonna make another more 300 stickers. I got work to do. I got news for you. I put it on the college. We put it on the work trucks, the work cars, the perfect little 20 by 20 centimeters. Bro, stop it. It's going down, and no one's gonna stop me. And the only thing I had to learn was to stop myself.
Yep.
That's it. I, you know, have my own discipline, financial discipline, and sexual discipline, and mental discipline to be like, I have this. Then if I have it, then what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
And that's what I started doing. I just started, you know, like, I'm going to go places. I'm going to have no fear. I'm going to start businesses. There's no fear. I'm going to build teams worldwide. Intersect.ai. I'm going to fucking meet beautiful girls and not be scared of them. Working on it. And, you know, step by step, bite by bite, I'm going to eat this elephant called my life. And that's your morning motivation. That's your morning motivation.
Damn.
Yeah. So what's your excuse? Exactly. A bunch of fucking fake neurons firing in your brain, calling it fear, making your anxiety raise, giving your heart palpitations, all because you perceive it to be a certain type of way. And because that, you'll talk yourself out of awesome opportunities and amazing events, all because you had sensations tell you one thing when you could go, hey, sensations, tell me something else. Like they used to say, Gladys Knight and the Pimps. Tell me something good. Dun, dun. Tell me, baby. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So if you got anything out of this, go ahead, like and share, subscribe below. You already know. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I am. I'm going to be somewhere living my blessed life. And I want everybody else to be blessed as fuck. And that's the best way to do is just believe in your blessings and not your stressings and not what everybody else has got going on. You just got to master your own mind. And then the rest is going to be heaven on earth. Mm-hmm. Joy Week Club. The sun shining on us, yo. That's so lovely. Ihana. Chikata?
Chikata.